we got a guy called Jack who's trapped inside a freezing cave in the wilderness, recording what may be his final message.
This video was found near Utqiagvik, Alaska, the coldest place in the United States. The man recording is named Jack, and he's trapped somewhere deep in the wilderness, hiding inside an unknown cave. At first, people thought he was shaking because of the cold, as his face is covered in frostbite, with ice frozen into his skin. But then you realize he's not shaking from the temperature at all. He's terrified. Jack sounds like he's recording his last message. He keeps asking himself what he saw. Something flying, something that crashed into the mountains. He says he's been out there for days, and then his voice changes. He claims something is helping him survive.
Has anyone ever been in a situation where even if you're slightly cold, your lips are so numb that you can hardly talk? So I'm really looking forward to seeing what this guy's got to say, and whether he sounds like he's not able to talk properly, or whether he's clear. Let's see.
He's also been watching him the entire time. That's when he stops talking. A low sound comes from deeper in the cave. Jack whispers, "What is that?" And the video ends right after his scream.
But we don't hear the guy talk. Yeah, this is obviously AI, but let's just play along, right? How's he getting the video out when there's most likely no reception to that isolated cave that he's in? Fair point. The cave footage has me on the edge of my seat, wondering if it's legit survival horror or just peak viral bait. Either way, adding avoid dark caves to my life motto. It's fake. It's a dude from the UK that acts out trauma skits. Yeah, I mean, I personally think that this is fake. That's not what people look like when they, you know. Roswell, Area 51. We got a guy called Philip Corso Jr. claiming that the alien autopsy footage connected to the Roswell incident was real. Well, yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised if it is.
You know the alien autopsy film? He was often asked if that was real. And he says, well, he can't testify whether it's real or not, but he says, let me tell you this. From an intelligence officer's standpoint, there's 3 items that whoever faked this film, if they did fake it, could not know. Number 1, there was no lymphatic system. Number 2, it had 2 brains, 4 lobes. One of the brains was laced with ICs. Of course, that was not in the film, but it did have 2 films, the integrated circuit. The other part is that it had 3 eyelids. It had the outside one that was removable, had a membrane, and then the eyeball. So Dad says, whoever faked this, if they did fake it, had the same report that he had from Walter Reed.
I mean, it's kind of compelling. And for once, we can't talk about the footage in any way and criticize it because, of course, we're going back years and years and years and years. So actually, this footage is relatively clear from what it was. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of half skeptical, half not skeptical about the whole, but we're not the only life in the universe. We're just not. So, you know, what do you think?
Number 1, there was no lymphatic system. Number 2, it had 2 brains, 4 lobes. One of the brains was laced with ICs. Of course, that was not in the film, but it did have 2 films, the integrated circuit. The other part is that it had 3 eyelids. It had the outside one that was removable, had a membrane, and then the eyeball. So Dad says, whoever faked this, if they did fake it, had the same report that he had from Walter Reed.
We recently took a good look at the alleged first stream from the Antarctica wall. It was an interesting capture, and some of you had a lot to say about it in our email. One of you asked me to showcase this clip and asked the rest of the community, which they thought was the most likely to be legit. This clip is something we've shown here before, but hey, I'm just honoring a request. Comparing this to the Antarctica stream from the previous episode, well, which one do you think is real? Now we got a girl, or a woman, I'm guessing, who can shift her pupil size voluntarily. She enlarges and reduces it at will. I never knew you could do that. Whoa, no way.
Oh my god, you, holy shit. Good.
1,
Yes, good.
2, do it. What the what? No. Trigger, where are you going?
We must have some scientists around. Is this possible to do? Is it possible? I've never seen this before, but like camera lenses or something going out. Scientists out there, let me know what you think.
Oh my god, you, holy shit. Good.
1,
Yes, good.
2, do it. What the what? No. Trigger, where are you going?
There's a long-running theory that questions the moon landing, and it focuses on one simple issue: communication. A man recently climbed to the top of one of the tallest skyscrapers in the world. When he reached the very top, he tried to make a phone call. There was no signal, no connection, nothing. Yet in 1969, astronauts on the moon, over 380,000 kilometers away, were somehow able to communicate clearly with Earth. At the time, cell tower networks barely existed. Even today, calls from extreme heights can suffer from distortion or complete signal loss. But during the moon mission, the communication sounded clear. According to records, Richard Nixon spoke directly with the astronauts using a standard dial phone. The signal was routed through NASA's communication complex in California, then transmitted as radio waves all the way to the lunar surface. Well, here's where the question begins. Radio signals traveling to the moon and back take about 2.5 seconds. That delay should be noticeable. Yet in the footage, the conversation appears smooth. There's no obvious pause, no long silences between responses. For some, this raises doubts. They believe the clarity and timing do not match the distance. Others say it simply reflects the technology NASA had already mastered. But when a phone struggles to connect from the top of a building on Earth, well, it makes some people wonder how voices traveled so clearly across the emptiness of space. Susan Dell. Now, is that a name that rings a bell? Susan Dell rings a bell. She's filmed acting weird during a Trump live conference. Most people in that room are probably pretty weird anyway. Whoa, she's creepy, man. Yeah. Stay away from me. Ooh. I'm done watching that. She looks like scratching at the windows at midnight, just crawling out of the grave. I'm not sure what the hell that... Can someone post a picture in the comments of what this woman actually looks like when it's not footage like this? Is there a proper photograph of her anywhere? Now we got an alleged Skywalker sighting. Skywalker? What the hell's wrong with me? Skinwalker. You're not about to see Luke with his lightsaber going across the screen. That's not what this was about at all. On February the 2nd, A witness in Russia looked up at the night sky and noticed something unusual near the moon. At first it seemed like ordinary points of light, but the longer you looked, the stranger it becomes. In the footage, multiple objects are visible. One shines brighter than the other, standing out clearly, while the remaining lights follow closely behind information. They don't flicker like stars, they don't drift randomly. They move with purpose, holding their positions as they travel together across the sky. That detail alone is what caught people's attention. Some believe these could be unidentified aerial phenomena, possibly even extraterrestrial craft observing Earth or the moon from a distance. Others suggest a more grounded explanation, such as satellites reflecting sunlight at the right angle, or an optical effect caused by atmospheric conditions in the camera lens. But what makes this sighting difficult to dismiss is the consistency. Their brightness remains steady, their spacing remains precise. They don't behave like ordinary visual distortions. 3 objects moving together near the moon. The question is simple, but the answer remains uncertain. What exactly was traveling through the sky that night? Now, fish are creatures of the water. They hunt, live, and survive beneath the surface. Most people never expect them to attack anything in the air, but this footage captures a moment that completely breaks that expectation. In an instant, the fish launches itself out of the water. It looks onto a bird flying just above the surface. With perfect timing, it snatches the bird mid-flight and disappears beneath the water again. The entire moment happens so fast that the bird never has a chance to react. This predator is a largemouth bass. It's a freshwater hunter known for aggressive and opportunistic feeding. Bass usually target smaller fish, frogs, and insects near the surface, but they don't limit themselves. If something enters their strike zone, even briefly, it becomes prey. The bass tracks the movement, calculates the timing, and explodes upward with enough force to break free from the water. Its jaws clamp shut and gravity pulls both predator and prey back beneath the surface. In that moment, the boundary between air and water disappears, and the hunter is not where you'd expect it to be. UFOs captured in Montreal on the 16th of February. Not too far away.
Fuck, that is not a goddamn airplane. Why the is it so close? What the actual is that? What the God damn it. I'm shaking right now. I'm not even gonna lie.
Well, then point your phone at it and show us what you're looking at better.
Airplane, but that was really close to the ground, and I'm not near an airport. Alright, the light is off. I don't know what the this is. I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm kind of freaking out at the moment. Let me see if I can try. What the is going on right now? What? This is the second one. It is. That one sounded more like.
Keep your camera on it.
Planes, but the other one
Keep
had a
your
very
camera
deep
on
humming. And there's no base nearby. I don't know what's going on.
She's crazy, is what's going on. What? Yeah. Why is it always this kind of footage that you end up in a situation where it's blurry as hell and it's all over the place and the lighting, it's just, I don't know. Maybe.
Alright, the light is off. I don't know what the this is. I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm kind of freaking out at the moment. Let me see if I can try. What the is going on right now?
People often talk about the singularity, the moment when artificial intelligence and robotics evolved beyond human control. Until now, even the most advanced machines had limits. Walls could stop them, doors could slow them down, physical barriers still mattered. But this changes that idea completely. Researchers at a national university have developed something unlike any robot before. It doesn't walk, it doesn't roll, it flows. In this footage, you're watching the demonstration. The liquid moves toward a target object with precision. It surrounds it, isolates it, and safely transports it to another location. There are no hands, no mechanical parts, just movement, controlled and deliberate. The potential uses are obvious. It could assist in medical procedures, reaching places surgeons cannot. It could navigate through collapsed buildings, finding survivors where traditional machines would fail. But it also introduces a new reality, a machine that can slip under a door, a machine that cannot be contained by ordinary barriers, a machine that reaches its objective no matter what stands in its way. At that point, the question is no longer what robots can do, but where their limits truly end. Now, have you ever wondered what it would be like to drink a cup of coffee in space? It sounds simple, but in zero gravity, even the smallest actions become a challenge. Liquids do not pour, they do not settle. Instead, they cling to surfaces and float. Without gravity, coffee would never naturally flow into your mouth. That is why NASA designed something entirely new, a cup made specifically for space. It does not rely on gravity, instead it uses surface tension and capillary action. The shape of the cup creates a narrow channel along the rim, allowing the liquid to guide itself into the controlled path. In the footage, you can see it working. The coffee does not spill, it does not drift away, it moves smoothly along the edge exactly where it's needed. It's a simple object, but it solves a problem that only exists beyond Earth. Even something as ordinary as drinking coffee has to be reinvented when gravity no longer exists. This next video was sent in by a subscriber who was out on the water when they noticed something moving just beneath the surface. At first, it's kind of hard to make out what you're looking at. Then the shape becomes clear. Multiple creatures glide past the boat. Their bodies appear smooth, almost silky, with a grayish tone that reflects the light. Their necks look thick, their heads are long, and their eyes seem to glow as they pass through the water. What makes it even more unsettling is how they move. There's no sudden motion, no panic, just a slow, lifeless glide, as if they're completely aware of the boat and are choosing not to react. Within moments, they fade into the darker water and disappear. Some believe this could be an unknown aquatic species, something rarely seen near the surface. Others argue it could be a hoax, people in costumes or carefully designed props meant to look convincing on camera. With the right materials and staging, something like this could be created. But the question remains, were these living creatures passing by unnoticed, or was this something created to be seen?
Oh God, see that right there? Keep it on.
It's looking right at us.
Back up, back up.
I think we showed this lady in one of our last episodes, talking about the Alpha Draconis system and links with the royal family, or if the royal family are part and parcel of the Alpha Draconis system. States that she's got more evidence on this. Okay.
Everybody told me that I was insane when I said that reptilians are all around us and that our souls are way more valuable than we realize, and that all of the elites, celebrities, people that run the world are shape-shifting reptilians. That's why David says there are lizards in king's palaces. And now everyone's freaking out because that lady posted a video from her thermal camera where she went to Buckingham Palace, and the guards don't have heat signatures, at all. They don't show up. All of the people show up, the guards don't show up at all, and TikTok keeps taking the video down.
She's talking about it. Why have we not seen any evidence of this? I understand they said that TikTok has taken it down. Right, here's something you guys can do. Find this footage. Send it to us at classifiedcaptures@gmail.com. Maybe we can all see it then. At the moment, it's just talk. Now we got a Chinese live streamer with some kind of a beauty filter or something that malfunctions and shows what a real face actually looks like. Incident reportedly led to a massive loss of around 140,000 followers. Geez, let's have a look. Whoa! Whoa. Really? Has stuff gotten that good now? Has it really? I mean, I'm technically pretty thick, I gotta tell you. But if stuff is that good now, why the hell am I speaking to you with this face? I could be... is there like a handsome filter you could stick on this that makes me... I don't care if I look Chinese. Just something really cool that I could be like, hey guys, how you doing? And if it glitches a little bit, I could say, well, that's the real filter. This is my real face. That would be good. Now this woman is a clear example, guys. Never eat hot curries. Lately, people have been paying close attention to the elite and strange stories keep surfacing. Theories suggest they possess abilities most of us do not: telekinesis, shape-shifting, mind-reading, and even mind control. Because of this, some believe that they keep these traits tightly within their families. They intermarry, preserving whatever makes them different, whatever gives them an edge. Writers like David Icke have spent years tracing these ideas, connecting historical figures to modern elites, and uncovering patterns across centuries. History offers some chilling examples. Elizabeth Bathory, a 16th century Hungarian countess, was accused of torturing and killing young women, bathing in their blood to maintain her youth. She's far from alone. Across eras and cultures, wealthy and powerful people are rumored to have engaged in secret rituals, all in the purpose of longer life. Even today, whistleblowers occasionally claim that some elites continue these practices, seeking to preserve youth, health, and power. Reports include blood transfusions from younger donors and experimental treatments kept hidden from the public. If people are willing to go to such extremes to extend their lives, well, it begs the question, what do they know that the rest of us don't? We all know. This is an adorable little dog. The photo was taken by its owner, who just bought a new Samsung phone and was testing it out with a camera. They snapped a few pictures of their pet, nothing unusual, just casual shots around their house. But later, while transferring the photographs to the computer, they noticed something they'd not seen before. In the background, reflected in the mirror, there's a face. It's not a normal face. The features are distorted: a long, crooked nose, sunken eyes, and what looks like hair or possibly a hood or cloak draped over the head. And it's staring directly at the dog. The owner insists that they were alone at the time. They didn't see anything unusual while taking the photograph. There was no one else in the house. Is this evidence of something paranormal? Mirrors, or in particular, are often associated with the supernaturalist portals. Well, is that the case here?
This is the battery battery along with the Bluetooth device.
I'm just gonna plug them in right now.
We're talking about actual voltages.
Yeah, I think we should go left.
Left.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Okay,
Doing
that-
donuts.
What do you call a cockroach with cybernetic enhancements? A robo-roach. Some men connected a battery and a Bluetooth device to a cockroach and set it on a table. While the creature was capable of moving on its own, the individuals in question were able to control its movements. It's certainly an innovative idea, but it also raises some serious concerns about the implications of such technology for humans. The concept of mind control and sleeper agents doesn't seem so far-fetched anymore, and it's hard not to worry about the potential consequences of this kind of technology. Julius doubts that such a technology exists, but if anything, this clip serves as a reminder that we need to be thoughtful and cautious as we continue to push the boundaries of what's possible with AI and other advanced technologies.
Hi there! Oh my goodness!
Behold the Dobson fly. With its long antennas on its head and wings with intricate patterns, it almost looks like a delicate dancer as it rotates on the girl's palm.
Oh, look at the baby! Oh, she's doing the spins! She's doing the spins!
The Dobson fly is known for its striking appearance and mesmerizing movements. These insects are large, with impressive wingspans and antennae that help them navigate their environment. They're agile too, capable of delicate rotations that add to their captivating charm. In its larvae stage, the Dobson fly lives underwater, feeding on other aquatic creatures. As adults, they emerge to feed on nectar and are often seen near bodies of water where they lay their eggs. Despite their imposing appearance, Dobson flies are harmless to humans and play an important role in their ecosystems. Cool, huh?
Oh, she's doing the spins! She's doing the spins! Hi! Hi there!
Walk to the end of this tunnel, see what's back here.
If you searched hard enough on your next visit to Los Angeles, you're sure to find an extensive network of abandoned tunnels that were used to secretly transport alcohol and other goods. There are an estimated 91 tunnels crisscrossing beneath the city that were originally constructed during the Prohibition era for the purpose of secret goods transport. Over the years, the tunnels have served various purposes beyond their initial use. They've been utilized for transportation, connecting key parts of the city, and providing passageways for utility conduits. These tunnels are a significant, albeit hidden, part of Los Angeles infrastructure. Today, many of these tunnels are inaccessible, either sealed off or restricted to the public. Despite this, they remain a fascinating element of the city's history, a testament to its adaptive and clandestine past. The stories and legends surrounding these tunnels continue to intrigue both locals and visitors, preserving their legacy as a mysterious and integral component of Los Angeles. A part of me wants to investigate these tunnels, but who knows what we'll find down there. That's without considering the laws we'll be breaking. Has any of you seen these tunnels? Any stories to share? According to the one who sent this in, this video footage was recorded over a decade ago by a diver who was exploring the depths of the ocean. As the camera captured the underwater world, an unusual creature caught the diver's attention. The creature appeared to be a fish, but its body resembled that of an insect with long, thin legs protruding from its sides. The creature's tail was that of a fish, but its movements were more akin to those of an insect. The video has since gone viral, with many viewers expressing their disbelief and amazement at the creature's unique appearance. However, some skeptics have suggested that the footage could have been created using CGI. What do you think? Have you ever killed a mosquito and seen purple blood instead of red?
Acabo de matar un mosquito y literal es púrpura. Ahí están viendo, es púrpura. Acá está una cama. No, no puede ser.
Well, this woman was bitten by a mosquito, and when she killed it, she saw that the mosquito had purple blood instead of red. Bizarre, right? While it might sound strange, this kind of thing isn't uncommon in biology. Some types of mosquitoes, especially those in special environments or with different eating habits, might have blood that's a different color because of what they eat or how their bodies work. We can't say that's what's happening here, but this is Mother Nature we're talking about. Either that or there's a new kind of mosquito out there that our scientists haven't seen before. What do you think?
Acá está una cama. No, no puede ser.
Pigeons, like all birds, have wings and feathers. The clip I'm about to show you, however, features a pigeon that was captured with strange markings in its wings that were only visible under UV light. Enjoy. You see it, don't you? This naturally left all who saw it with questions. Could pigeons still be in use as spy birds? Have secret organizations found a way to alter their bodies to suit their needs? It's hard to say, but who can argue with evidence? It's right there, unless of course the whole thing is a hoax and someone is having a laugh seeing us trying to figure this out. As always, I showed this to my science whiz Julius, waiting to be teased, but instead he was quiet. That's his way of saying, I don't think this is real, but it's not impossible to pull off. You've seen it too. What do you think is going on here? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Is this how full chicken is made or processed? In this clip, someone picked up a dressed chicken and inserts a strange-looking tube into it through the neck. As they pump the substance into the chicken, it swells up and looks plump, like a fat chicken. We're not sure what's being pumped into the chicken, but it certainly doesn't look healthy. The substance being injected could be anything from water to chemical fillers, which raises significant concerns about food safety and consumer health. It's alarming to think that this practice might be used to artificially enhance the appearance of poultry, making it seem more appealing and increasing its weight for higher sales. If true, this could mean that consumers are unknowingly buying adulterated products, potentially exposing themselves to harmful substances. Am I the only one worried about what's happening to our food recently? In this peculiar clip, a man is seen lying flat on the ground in his garden with his back to the earth. Then, in a matter of seconds, he starts to levitate. As he floats in the sky, he holds out a skipping rope and swings it back and forth beneath his legs, demonstrating that there is nothing there supporting him. He then proceeds to swing the rope over his head, further confirming that nothing is holding him up. Looking at this, I'm reminded of the old Chinese movies I used to enjoy when I was younger. Yes, I am old, I know, but that's not the point. I know we want to believe in the supernatural, but if you're gonna fake it and deceive us, at least make sure your fake is impressive. A mysterious and unsettling creature has been caught on a trail camera. Its appearance is truly disturbing, with strange features that are difficult to describe. The creature appears to have transformed, starting as a human and gradually morphing into its current form. Reports on this creature are scarce, but those who have seen it claim it's a truly terrifying sight. The origin and nature of this creature are unknown. Could we be looking at a shape-shifting alien? What do you guys think?
And it's been unlocked, so I'm gonna go inside. Feels good. And it's been unlocked, so I'm gonna go inside. Who's here?
In the stillness of the night sky, an unusual and mysterious phenomenon captured the attention of an observer. A glowing object, unlike anything they have ever witnessed before, was visible in the distance. As you look closer, the object's fiery appearance becomes more distinct, but it is clear that it's not an ordinary flame. As the observer was trying to make sense of what they were seeing, a larger object suddenly appeared beside the first one. It was a star-shaped object with many tentacles around it, and it seemed to vanish into the sky as quickly as it appeared. The observer was left stunned and bewildered, wondering what these objects could be and why they were present in the sky. What could they be? Are they natural phenomena or something else entirely? Take a look at this peculiar creature. It's a massive beast that looks like a pig that has been given a dose of steroids. The creature even appears to have 3 horns on its upper back, which makes it even more intimidating. It almost looks like a hybrid of a pig and a Rottweiler. Seeing something like this naturally has us thinking a lot. What is this creature? How did it end up like this? If it's truly real, or does it even eat? Aaron calls it a dog pig or pig dog. While that looks like a befitting name, Julius chastised us a lot for believing this is real. He believes it's altered footage since there's no way parents would allow their kids near something this scary. Yet we have 2 toddlers petting it. Either way, we couldn't seem to come up with an agreement on what this might be or if it's even real. Can you help? A group of scientists allegedly came across this tiny winged creature, which they first found fossilized in a rock. They've been carefully studying and cleaning it, as well as scanning its features. Its appearance has naturally caused some confusion among scientists, as it resembles a fairy. The creature has been thoroughly examined, but it doesn't match the description of the beautiful and elegant fairies we see in cartoons and folklore. So the question remains, is it an authentic fairy or is it a forgery? Sometimes I don't even know why I ask, but I am asking. What do you guys think? Real or not? Enjoying this episode? Kindly hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already so we can keep bringing you more clips. Done? Okay, well, let's continue with the day's episode then. Someone captured an enchanting footage of a mermaid resting on a rock in a serene beach, and we've got it. Enjoy. The mermaid was facing toward the sea, and its long, lustrous hair flowed down its back. Its shimmering tail was visible from the camera angle as it swung back and forth. Mermaids have always been a part of human folklore for centuries, often depicted as half-human and half-fish beings. The concept of these mythical creatures has fascinated people for generations, but whether they exist in reality or are mere figments of human imagination remains an enigma. If we are going to answer the question using this footage, then we'll put them in the realm of fiction, since this looks very unnatural and very unrealistic. But perhaps that's just me. What do you think? A man was walking by a school when he noticed something strange. The school bus in the yard had children's figures running in it. However, it wasn't time for kids to be outside, and the bus wasn't meant for playing. So what exactly could be going on here? Curious, the man got closer to the bus to investigate, only to find out that what he thought were kids had eerily vanished from the bus. When he shared his story, those who heard it believed these figures were spirits of children who had passed away or childlike entities. However, skeptics argue that this could just be a well-crafted hoax. They suggest that reflections, shadows, or even projections could create the illusion of children inside the bus. Yet a similar incident occurred where a camera on a bus showed it filled with kids, and in the next second they'd all vanished. Is this a mere trick of light and shadow, or is something truly out of this world happening? Dogs protect their owners from physical harm, but what do you do when you can't see what your dogs are trying to protect you from? Confused? Well, watch this. It was a peaceful evening until the dog of the one filming started barking. Thinking someone might have snuck into the house, he quickly went to check the feed from his CCTV cameras, and what you're seeing on your screen is exactly what he saw. You do see it, don't you? Some invisible yet smoky and intangible being quickly ran across the compound or room. It repeats a few more times and there's still no tangible body in sight. The man is confused, and I can understand his confusion. I'm sure he was worried and thinking about what exactly had made its way to his home and how he could deal with it. Sure, he could trust his dog to deal with physical foes, but spiritual and intangible ones? Where does he go from there? Anyway, what do you think we could be dealing with? Share your thoughts with me in the comments section.
What the hell?
pair of hikers were exploring the woods when they suddenly heard some strange and unusual noises. As they started to investigate, they noticed something moving from a distance among the trees. Intrigued, they decided to wait and see if they could get a better look. Gradually, their camera captured the image of a pale creature slowly making its way toward them. The creature appeared to be a rake-like figure, tall, thin, and with long bony fingers. The hikers were understandably spooked by this unexpected sighting and immediately decided to hightail it out of there. Looking at this creature, it's safe to say that the hikers made the right call by putting some distance between themselves and the creature. But what do you think this is? A rake or something else? Now, I've seen weird things in my day, but nothing could have prepared me for this. The middle finger on the hand appears to be significantly larger and thicker than the other fingers. The difference in size and thickness is very obvious and noticeable. The situation raises questions as to what could be the cause of this anomaly. One possibility is a medical condition such as a bone growth disorder or an abnormality in the circulatory system. Another possibility is that it could be a birth defect. However, there is also a chance that this could be the result of an otherworldly influence, perhaps an alien. Unless, of course, the whole thing is fake. One thing we can all, however, agree on is that a slap from this hand would set you straight. Before the next clip, Aaron asked me to ask you if you've already hit the like, subscribe, notification bell icons, because he doesn't want to send a Skinwalker your way, if you know what I mean. Stepping away from the strange, I've got something fascinating for you. Take a good look. In the clip, you can see what looks like a jellyfish moving gracefully through the water. Its bell has beautiful detailed patterns, and its long flowing tentacles drift behind. While these tentacles can sting, they also highlight the stunning beauty and fascinating complexity of the jellyfish. This creature is known as a chirodectus. Chirodectus is a rare and mesmerizing species of box jellyfish discovered in the mysterious depths of the ocean. Unlike many other jellyfish, Chirodectus exhibit unique and captivating features. Its translucent body and pulsating movements give it an almost otherworldly appearance. Seeing the Chirodectus jellyfish showcases the amazing variety of life in the deep sea, a realm that's still largely unexplored and full of mysteries. The ocean's depths are teeming with countless undiscovered species, each with its own unique way of surviving and adapting to the harsh conditions. I know I've said it before, but it's a wonderful world, isn't it?
Oh my gosh.
This is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
It sounds like a goat is dying.
What in the...
We have mentioned time and time again how fruits are becoming strange on the market. This family allegedly bought a seedless watermelon from Walmart, and whilst cutting through it, it made strange sounds. Pay attention.
It sounds like a goat is dying.
What in the...
You heard that right. It's strange and very unnatural. For some reason, however, we keep coming across more of such fruit clips, which has left the team worried. We feel like it's our responsibility to warn you guys, so please be careful out there.
We bought like an acid ball watermelon.
Ew. It doesn't smell good. Oh my gosh.
That thing was fizzing and popping.
This next one is intriguing, if I do say so myself. At first, the camera captures a strange object in the sky, and moments later, a helicopter can be seen approaching it. The helicopter then begins to circle the object deliberately and methodically. The object in question is undoubtedly an unidentified flying object, as there seems to be no other plausible explanation. It's possible that the authorities were alerted to the object's presence and sent the helicopter to investigate. The fact that the helicopter is circling the object suggests that the authorities are trying to get a closer look at it. It's difficult to say what the object is or what its purpose might be. It may be a drone or some other kind of experimental aircraft. Alternatively, it could be something more mysterious like an extraterrestrial spacecraft. Whatever it is, it's clear that the authorities are taking it seriously and are doing their best to get to the bottom of the situation. What are your thoughts? So someone sent us this clip telling us it was a fuel tank belonging to the Space Shuttle Endeavour. For those unfamiliar with it, the Space Shuttle Endeavour was one of the orbiters in NASA's Space Shuttle program. It was named after the British HMS Endeavour, the ship commanded by James Cook on his first voyage of discovery, 1768 to 1771. Endeavour was constructed to replace the Space Shuttle Challenger, which was lost in an accident in 1986. Its construction was completed in 1991, and it made its first flight, STS-49, in May 1992. Now, I'm no NASA expert, but I can tell when something is wrong with the clip. Is it just me, or does this clip seem a tad unnatural?
What?
Somebody's in the window. Keep it down.
No, there's not.
We heard a ticking clock.
Don't go nowhere. Stay right here. What?
Somebody's in the window. Keep it down.
No, there's not.
We heard a ticking clock.
Don't go nowhere. Stay right here.
We actually found it. I didn't think we'd find this cave, but here it is.
The elevator! Holy crap! Dude, it sounds like there's power to it or something. What? The elevator! Holy crap! Dude, it sounds like there's power to it or something. What?
Next, we have a clip that seems to have captured a glitch in the Matrix. Take a close look at this tap. It looks like the water is frozen in time, but you can still hear the tap flowing. Curious, the one filming puts his finger where the water is supposed to be flowing, and sure enough, it is. So what could be happening here? It's a peculiar phenomenon that raises some interesting questions. Could this be a glitch in the Matrix, or is there something more complex at play? Perhaps the water's flow rate is so slow that it appears to have stopped altogether, but the sound of flowing water is still audible. Could it be an illusion? Perhaps the human eye perceives the motion differently. Either that or the footage is manipulated. The problem with this hypothesis is that we can't test it. Have you seen it? And what do you think? Passenger who was traveling on a plane managed to capture intriguing footage of strange orbs moving in the skies. The video has caused quite a stir online, with some people believing that it shows a genuine UFO sighting. However, I made an interesting observation. The strange orbs are just a reflection from the plane on the window that the camera picked up. The video is shot from the window of the plane and seems to show several white orbs moving about in the sky. The orbs seem to move in time with the camera's movements, which indicates that they're not actually in the sky, but rather a reflection from the plane's window. What do you think? Do you believe that that's a genuine UFO sighting or just a reflection from the plane's window?
At the end of the day, when you're studying the material and you're studying the capabilities of these vehicles, and frankly, there's nothing that we have that compares to what these vehicles can do, the capabilities that they're demonstrating in front of us. At the end of the day, when you're studying the material and you're studying the capabilities of these vehicles, and frankly, there's nothing that we have that compares to what these vehicles can do, the capabilities that they're demonstrating in front of us, then one has to ask, well, where are they from? And if it's not our technology and it's not some sort of adversarial technology, it's someone's technology.
But he turned around, I jumped and kind of grabbed my mouth like that because I didn't know what to think.
His whole eyeball, not just the pupil, but the white part, turned completely black.
Observe this peaceful scene of a man floating on the serene currents of the river, lost in his thoughts and enjoying the soothing warmth of the sun. However, unknown to him, a silent and deadly predator lies beneath the surface, the giant Anaconda. As the man floats along, the massive snake silently approaches, but for some odd reason swims by without any concern or interest in the man. How come? Julius states that if the clip were real, the snake might have recently eaten. We know anacondas are big, huge, but the size in this clip is definitely exaggerated, which has us all thinking, it's definitely fake. What say you? In this intriguing footage, a mysterious creature is captured in someone's backyard. The creature appears to be tall and dark, with its white teeth visible in the darkness, creating a chilling sight. The creature's dark fur makes it difficult to discern its features, but one can slightly make out its long legs and hands, which adds to the eeriness of the scene. The creature stands there for a few moments as if assessing its surroundings before suddenly vanishing into thin air, leaving the observer puzzled and bewildered. The video raises many questions about the identity of the creature and its origins. Could this be a real undiscovered species lurking in our midst? Share your thoughts. The AI revolution is here, and no one is safe, not even artists.
AI created music.
Julia, you are like the sun.
Have you heard about the new feature on YouTube Shorts? It's pretty incredible. Users can now create any song they want using the voices of their favorite artists. Imagine remixing a classic tune or creating an entirely new track with the vocals of top musicians. This feature opens up a world of creative possibilities for aspiring musicians and content creators alike. You can experiment with different genres, mix various artists' voices, and produce unique music videos. It's like having a virtual studio at your fingertips. Not only does this bring fun, interactive element to YouTube Shorts, but it also allows fans to engage with their favorite artists in a completely new way. Whether you're a seasoned musician or just someone who loves to play around with music, this feature is something for everyone. While this must be exciting for the fans, you have to wonder, how will the actual artists feel? It's almost impossible for them to sue since this is being developed in conjunction with the major studios out there. In other words, artists don't have much of a say. Am I the only one who finds this innovation sad? Anyway, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section.
Drinking tequila, hanging with my friends.
Yeah, AI is crazy, bro.
I got 1,000 people watching me.
Bro, I ain't made a song like this in years.
I haven't said this before, but this time I need to. Whatever you do, do not try what you are about to see in this clip at home.
Yeah, that might be it. Hey, we got it.
Try it again.
No way! No way!
In the clip, you can see two cars with two men standing between them. Both men have one hand on a car battery and their free hand holding each other. One man stands on the ground while the other leans on one car with his feet propped up on another. Miraculously, the car starts without using jumper cables. A commenter who claimed to be an auto tech with almost 15 years of experience shared his insight. As an auto tech of almost 15 years, I'd say it is plausible given the guy in the vehicle jumping the other car has himself grounded to both cars. The other guy holding his hand is on the actual ground. They have completed the circuit like jumper cables would. Some sketchy stuff, but it's possible. So is this the case here? Can humans really complete an electrical circuit to jumpstart a car? Well, as you would expect, there was an ongoing war in the comments section. Some thought it was possible, with the only catch being the electricity going through their bodies was bad for their hearts. Others simply thought it was ludicrous. They thought the clip might have been edited or that the car didn't really need to be jump-started. This is out of my expertise, and Julius, our science whiz, only laughs when I ask if this is possible. So in times like this, I turn to you all who are experts in this field with a humble heart and puppy eyes. Could you please tell us all if this is possible, as we'd really love to learn from you.
No way! No way!
This footage showcases the breathtaking celestial bodies that adorn the firmament. The sun and moon, two of the most prominent features of the sky, appear to be of similar size when viewed from the Earth. This is a fascinating phenomenon considering that the sun is actually 400 times larger than the moon. However, the moon is located much closer to the Earth than the sun, and this creates the illusion of them being the same size. The one who uploaded this clip, however, wants us to pay attention to more than just these celestial bodies. He says there's something alien on the left side of the clip. Looking at the clip, I get where he's coming from, but I just feel this clip was digitally manipulated. I don't know, but let's just call it a hunch. A passenger looked out the window of a plane and was surprised to see this. While looking at it, I couldn't tell what I was looking at, but according to the uploader, it's an unidentified aerial phenomenon, or UAP for short, that has been seen many times. He stated that the craft appears to be similar to the one that YouTuber Jake Paul captured on his cell phone. Has any of you seen whatever clip he's referring to, and did it look legit? If it did, then perhaps there's a possibility that there are actual extraterrestrials amongst us. This image was taken at night, and you can definitely tell just by how grainy the whole thing looks. Given the fact that the image was taken at night, only the outline of the creature captured in it is visible. The dark, shadowy figure stands out against the dim background, making it difficult to discern any specific features beyond its unusual head size and familiar bipedal stance. Could this really be? Yeah, if you said Bigfoot, then you were definitely thinking what I was thinking. Bigfoot is typically described as an ape-like creature with a domed head and a human-like posture. This creature resembles a Bigfoot, except that it has a very small head. Is this just a small-headed Bigfoot, or is there something else going on here? Calling on all Bigfoot experts, please educate us. And if you didn't think any of those clips were weird enough, pay attention to the flower the young guy drops on the coffin. Did you see that? It somehow got absorbed into the coffin, almost as though whomever was buried was taking it. This freaked me out and is still freaking me out. Can anyone offer an explanation to what would make sense? If you have such an experience as well, please share.
Oh.
Oh, what?
Oh, bro. That's
Wow.
Tell me you don't find this fascinating. First, we're introduced to a nice scenery, and then a man throws a rock in the water, and the ripples look absolutely gorgeous on the stone wall. As gorgeous as they look, though, tell me I'm not the only one that sees that it looks eerily like a portal. I mean, what if this is a way to open a portal to another realm and this man just cracked it? Aaron and I discussed the possibility and were intrigued by it until Julius walked in and gave us the coldest look. What do you guys think, though? Are we on to something, or should we go see a shrink?
oh.
Oh, what?
Oh, bro. That's
Wow.
A woman was home alone one night when something unsettling happened, prompting her to grab her phone and start recording. Her dog stood at the doorway, growling softly but steadily, its gaze fixed on something out in the hallway. The dog didn't go out, instead remaining rooted to the spot, its eyes focused on the unseen presence. Occasionally it would glance back at the woman as if to warn her, letting out a low guttural growl. The woman did not dare move to check what might be lurking out there out of fear. Animals are known to have heightened senses and are often believed to detect things beyond human perception. Was the dog sensing an intruder, or could it have been something more otherworldly? A man decided to go hiking alone in the woods, wanting to enjoy some peace and quiet while surrounded by nature. So he took his camera and strolled through the dense forest, capturing the beauty of the towering trees, the sunlight filtering through the leaves, and the serene atmosphere around him. But as he continued walking, something unusual happened. His camera accidentally caught something ahead of him, something strange. It was a dark figure, massive in size, standing among the trees. The creature had incredibly wide shoulders and walked on two legs, clearly bipedal. However, that's all anyone could make out. Its entire form was dark, almost as if it were a shadow. The way it blended into its surroundings was unsettling, making it difficult to tell if it was an animal, a person, or something else entirely. What do you think this could be?
But see, they go low too, Vic.
They do. But they're flying though, that's the only thing I don't.
At the end of November 2024, Arizona experienced a surge in UFO sightings. Many people took to social media to share this footage of these mysterious events. Take a look at this first clip. A couple recorded several strange lights in the night sky. These aren't street lights, they're hovering lights, about 3 or more of them glowing steadily in the dark. In another video from the same area, a man captured footage of similar lights, but this time they were flickering. Just look at that, they're pulsating in a rhythmic, almost like they're signaling something. Then there's the third clip. This one is different. A man standing in the driveway filmed 2 distinct crafts in the sky. It was dark, so the crafts themselves couldn't be clearly seen, but their lights were unmistakable. The lights even hinted at a circular or disc-like shape. So what could be going on in Arizona with these surges in UFO sightings?
Is that a saucer?
Baby, I'm recording it all.
There's no way that's a I'm gonna call my brother. That shit is huge.
Yeah, it is. You watch really long. It's stupid aliens. Oh my god.
All in the ruins of the city. This has been tested before, and these are almost, very highly pure sulfur. Look at that, look at that. A perfect sulfur ball, just like the Bible says that fire and sulfur. All in the ruins of the city. This has been tested before, and these are almost, very highly pure sulfur. Look at that. Look at that.
My flag was just doing some crazy stuff. Right here. Look what my flag's doing. That's my flag.
A woman came home one day and noticed that her flag looked a little weird. After lots of investigations, which in this case involved a lot of looking around, the woman concluded that there was no way that was her flag. To her, it looked like a cryptid or some sort of paranormal being or beast had taken over that part of the house. She shared the clip online to get inputs, and surely enough, many individuals thought she'd encountered a cryptid and not known it. The community is still divided on what creature or beast she could have encountered and if the whole thing is real or not. While they work to determine that, I'd want to hit your thoughts. What do you guys think we're dealing with here?
My flag was just doing some crazy stuff. Right here. Look what my flag's doing. That's my flag.
This footage was taken on the 10th of September 2014 by a Texas resident who spotted something strange in the sky. What they saw were tiny objects flickering and moving about in the air. The way the object behaves was unusual. They didn't just move randomly, but seemed to interact with one another, almost like they were communicating or following some kind of pattern. So what could this be? Could it be drones, some sort of weather phenomenon, or is this a UFO sighting? Here we have another strange sighting in the sky.
I think the sky is ripping hell. Come on, Cloud, get out the way.
A man noticed a straight line cutting across the sky, almost as if the sky itself was being divided by this line. This phenomenon is quite puzzling and has left many people wondering about its origin. The footage shows a clear, straight line that appears almost too perfect to be natural. It stretches across the horizon, creating a stark contrast between the two halves of the sky. This has raised numerous questions and speculations. Some speculate that it is a sign of advanced technology or even extraterrestrial activity. The precision of the line looks like the involvement of technology beyond what we currently understand, perhaps UFOs or secret military experiments. Others are considering the possibility of a naturally occurring optical illusion. Reflections, refractions, and light scattering can sometimes create surprising visual effects, making the sky appear divided by a line. Do you think this could be the result of any of those, or do you think there might be something more serious and ominous at play here? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section.
Y'all see the line?
Watermelon out over a week ago. It smelled really good. Bought it from Walmart. Cut it open and it was like plastic. Tasting it was absolutely horrible. I didn't really know what to do with it, so I threw it outside. This is a week later. It looks like mud. What's going on?
This is another clip from another set of melons allegedly bought from Walmart and thrown away because they tasted strange. Do you realize they aren't breaking down and looking like raw meat? Melons aren't supposed to look like that, which has left almost everyone confused, as many in the forums argued that the government was killing us. There was also some who thought that this was normal and exactly what melons are supposed to look like when they dry out. Do we have any farmers or fruit experts among you who can confirm and educate us? We'll be reading in the comments.
This is a week later. It looks like mud. What's going on?
Manchester, UK, where a commercial airline pilot saw something unusual. He looked around and saw what appeared to be a blue orb hovering around the airport. He's not able to take a clear picture until the thing lands. According to eyewitness accounts, security saw the sphere as well and started to approach it. Once they started to, however, the orbs started to move and then flew off. Naturally, everyone was shaken and a bit perplexed about the whole thing, but that's not the crazy part. No official communique has been issued concerning this, and all other unofficial sources sharing it are getting censored. At least, that's what the person who shared the clip said. If this whole thing is to be believed, why is the government trying to keep info about this down? Also, what exactly is this sphere? Well, no one knows, but many in the paranormal community think it's a UAP, and I'm tempted to think the same if this is real. The big question now is this authentic? Let's hear you out. This next clip looks like footage we've shared before, but it's starting to go viral again, and we thought we should look at it once more. It comes from a security camera positioned just outside a front door, providing a clear view of the front yard and the glass door leading into the house. The homeowner, who was out at the time, received an alert notifying her of movement inside her home. When she checked the camera feed, this is what she saw. Inside her house was a faint, translucent figure resembling a little girl. The figure lingered for a moment, then slowly vanished into thin air. The homeowner lives alone, so there's no possibility of it being her child or anyone else who might have been in the house. So who or what is that? In Mexico, there's a famous entity known as La Llorona. This spirit of a woman is mostly seen weeping, and when people hear ominous cries at night, they often believe it's La Llorona. However, in this footage, a man encountered something entirely different.
No mames, miren esa madresota. No mames. ¿Quién eres, güey? No mames, ¿quién eres? Ay, capo de su puta madre. No mames.
At first, he heard strange sounds like a woman weeping and whimpering, but couldn't see what it was. He kept calling out to it, trying to locate the source of the eerie cries. Suddenly, emerging from the dark was a huge dark figure crawling toward him. Terrified, the man ran out of there as fast as he could. The question remains, what did he encounter? While the wailing matched the traditional description, the appearance of the large crawling figure deviates from the typical ghostly image. What do you think this dark figure could be?
No mames, miren esa madresota. No mames. ¿Quién eres, güey? No mames, ¿quién eres? Ay, capo de su puta.
There are stories of creatures that make strange sounds to lure people toward them, only to attack or capture them. One such creature known for this behavior is the Skinwalker. Apart from their ability to shapeshift, Skinwalkers are said to use eerie sounds to draw people in. Take this footage, for instance. Someone was out one night when they began hearing a strange noise. It sounded like some sort of gurgling or choking sound. Yet as they looked ahead toward where the sound was coming from, there was no one and nothing in sight. The person scanned the area with their camera, but the source of the noise was nowhere in sight. The footage ends without revealing the source of the sound, leaving viewers to speculate. Some believe it was a genuine Skinwalker encounter, citing the creature's notorious reputation for using sound to disorient and trap its victims. Others suggested it might have been an animal or even a clever hoax. As intriguing as these sound, I'd like to hear from you. What do you think of everything? This next footage comes from a home security camera setup in the backyard overlooking the shed and parked car. There is a strange figure moving about inside the shed. The figure appeared humanoid but was cloaked in a long black robe. Its face was grotesque, distorted in an eerie way, and as it moved, it looked upward directly toward the camera, almost as if it knew it was being watched. The eyes also appeared unnaturally shiny and did not seem like it would be a reflection. Could this be a witch, as some might speculate? Yeah, this gave me the heebie-jeebies too. It was sent in by a subscriber who was stating he captured it, and while I found this to be interesting given the size of the thing, Julius was just not buying it. According to him, there's no way anyone would get close to a snake that size and walk away unscathed when it's awake and staring at you. Also, it looked like it hadn't recently eaten, which would have made the individual capturing this a tempting source of food, even if swallowing and digesting would have been a problem. He also states that the clip is almost too cinematic and perfect. The only way this could work, according to him, is if both the snake and the one filming had come to an agreement to do this, which is very unlikely. In other words, he doesn't think this is legit. But Julius is Julius. What do you guys also think? Recently, a massive fire broke out in the Los Angeles hills, drawing emergency responders to the scene. After the fire was extinguished, firefighters discovered a body on the property. Neighbors in the area have claimed that the property belonged to none other than William Rothschild, a member of one of the wealthiest families in the world. The revelation has sparked widespread speculation and concern, especially given the family's prominence and the unusual circumstances surrounding the fire. Could this be a tragic accident, or is there more to the story? I guess we'll have to wait and find out. Speaking of UFOs, here is a fascinating clip recorded in Dubai back in 2021. It was nighttime, lightning flickered across the sky, briefly illuminating the surroundings, and that's when this appeared. The footage shows a strange object in the sky. It looks like an upside-down pyramid with its tip broken off and floating upward. With each flicker of lightning, the object inches closer to the missing piece until it reconnects, completing the shape of a perfectly inverted pyramid. What could this be? A cleverly disguised man-made structure? A strange atmospheric phenomenon? Or is this something more extraordinary, perhaps an alien craft? If you love kayaking, then this clip is for you. Yeah, that's one big boy. I'm not sure how anyone could escape from this thing when it's at full speed and hungry and angry. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in that situation. Most people see alligators and don't realize how big crocs can get. The last thing any of us here should be doing is getting into a river with a croc in it. As scary as this guy is, he's not the largest we've seen. But be safe and careful out there, okay?
Yeah? And some kind of desiccated, grayish-brownish skin. The eyes appear to have had very shallow eye sockets, and it was examined via X-rays in a laboratory in Cusco, Peru, and that is where they were able to find out that there are sinuses inside, and again, there are shallow eye sockets.
What you are looking at is believed to be the head of an alien. This peculiar artifact was discovered in Nazca, Peru, a region known for its enigmatic history and archaeological wonders. The head is remarkably small, elongated, and roughly the size of a potato. Its unique features include very shallow circles thought to represent eye sockets and skin that is extremely dry and brownish in appearance, likely due to extensive desiccation over time. When experts examined the head, they discovered the presence of sinuses within it, a characteristic that adds to the mystery. Whether this artifact represents an unknown species, a clever hoax, or something else entirely remains a topic of speculation and debate.
And some kind of desiccated, grayish-brownish skin. The eyes appear to have had very shallow eye sockets, and it was examined via X-rays in a laboratory in Cusco, Peru, and that is where they were able to find out that there are sinuses inside, and again, there are shallow eye sockets.
There are things people expect to happen at 2 o'clock in the morning, and being woken up by a cat crying is not one of them.
¿Qué onda eso?
Now, this man doesn't own a cat, yet the cries were so loud it sounded like the cat was inside his house. He went to investigate and found something even more disturbing. Behind the storage closet, he saw the figure of a child about 10 years old, which is odd since his children are only 3 and 4 years old. What's more, his children were fast asleep in their rooms. He opened the closet door, heart pounding, but found no one there. That was not normal, and it left him shaken. And I understand that. If I had my kids in a house where these things were happening, I'd be concerned too. So who or what was the figure behind the closet? This situation is incredibly eerie. The combination of the mysterious cat's cries and the apparition of a childlike figure is enough to send chills down anyone's spine. What do you think the man encountered that night? Screams and an eerie atmosphere, coupled with the fact that this was recorded at 1 o'clock in the morning, gives this clip all the important ingredients for a horror thriller recipe. Watching this for the first time made my skin crawl. It felt ominous, as though something evil was in the atmosphere. After watching the clip several times, I realized that the entity was actually screaming something. I did the research and realized she was screaming in an Indonesian language. She screamed, "Tolong bukain," which means, "please open it." This went on for 2 days, and for some odd reason, the individual whose house this was happening decided to open the door on the 3rd day of knocking. Once the door opens, there's a strange and perhaps old-looking woman standing behind it in a strange posture. This makes the individual quickly close the door and call the police. Once the police got there, however, whatever it was gone, never to be seen again. I think it was insane to open the door. It could have been anyone or anything out there, but perhaps that's just me. What would you have done in his shoes? Speaking of haunting spirits, take a look at this clip. In the clip, we are introduced to what looks like a bathroom. A few seconds in, we see the door shaking vigorously. The one who uploaded the clip states that this happened multiple times in the night and it freaked him out. It turns out there's one at the other side of the door. This led to his conclusion that the place was haunted and he left. Do you think there would have been a more logical explanation, or do you agree with him and would have left too? Let's hear your thoughts on this one. Driving late at night on the highway can be an exhilarating experience. The roads are mostly empty, free of traffic and people, which makes it easy to speed along. But no matter how empty it seems, you still need to be cautious. One woman learned this the hard way. She was driving down the highway in the middle of the night with her dash cam recording everything. Cruising at high speed, something shocking happened. A person suddenly appeared right in front of her vehicle out of nowhere. Take a closer look at the footage. There's no one on the road one moment, and then the figure just materializes. The woman, thinking fast, swerved to avoid the person. Thankfully, there was no other cars around, and she managed to escape the encounter unscathed. But here's the thing. How could someone just appear like that in the middle of the road? It doesn't seem possible for it to be an actual person. Many drivers have reported similar incidents, claiming to see mysterious figures on highways late at night. Some believe these are ghosts or spirits, and it's said that their sudden appearances sometimes lead to accidents. What do you think? Could this really be a spirit haunting the road? While on a hike, a man saw a huge creature standing on a mountain overlooking the trail. It was a very big humanoid being appearing to be about 9 foot tall or more. The sheer size of this creature has led many to believe that it could be a Bigfoot or a giant. The figure's towering presence and human-like shape are certainly striking, making it easy to see why people would draw such conclusions. The idea of encountering a Bigfoot or a giant is both thrilling and unsettling, sparking curiosity and debate. What do you think? Could this be a genuine sighting of a legendary creature, or is there another explanation? If you're wondering why I'm showing you pictures of an old bench, take a good look at it. Do you see it now? There appears to be a shadow of a woman either sitting on or kneeling by the bench. See? Good. But how do we explain it? Well, as far as I can tell, there's no logical explanation for what we're seeing here. At least, not from my perspective. Do you have one for me? Over the past year, the news surrounding our food has been anything but positive. Disturbing reports about questionable practices in food production have left many people deeply concerned about what we're putting into our bodies. Take a look at this unsettling footage captured at a food processing factory. It shows chicken drumsticks with the bones and all being ground up, but here's the shocking part. This mixture is reportedly being used to produce ground beef. How is this even possible? Are we running so low on cows that chicken, including its bones, are being substituted to make what's labeled as beef? Some argue that this isn't grounded beef at all, but rather dog food. While that might provide some relief, it doesn't make the situation much better. If that's true, why are such practices happening without clear labels or transparency? This raises a crucial question. How much do we really know about the food we're consuming, and how can we trust that what's on the label matches what's in the package? This footage was taken in what appears to be a restaurant. The chairs and tables are neatly arranged, with staff dressed in white and black uniforms moving about, cleaning and preparing the space. At one point, two of the staff members stop and look in the same direction before walking toward one of the tables. From a different camera angle, we see what caught their attention. On one of the tables is a transparent divider, possibly made of glass or plastic. Given that the staff are wearing clear plastic face shields that were used during the COVID lockdown, it's likely this footage is from that time. What makes this scene eerie is that the divider on the table begins moving on its own. The two men approach, and one of them adjusts the divider. However, the board moves again as though an unseen force is pushing it. Is it a prank or something paranormal?
Samantha is going to try for her first time to actually knock me out using just the sound and the energy projection.
Sit him up. Get behind me.
Recently, I came across this bizarre video featuring this man demonstrating what he calls a touchless knockout. As strange as it sounds, the idea is exactly as the name suggests, knocking someone out without physically touching them. In the video, the man demonstrates this technique with a woman. He stands in front of her, and after some movements of her hands, she appears to project an invisible force toward him, causing him to fall dramatically to the ground. Afterwards, with the assistance of another person, they lift him into a sitting position, and she smacks the side of his neck to wake him up. This form of martial arts is controversial. Many skeptics have dismissed it as fake or performance, while others firmly believe it to be real, rooted in the manipulation of chi energy. What are your thoughts?
You should be able to see that the pupils are actually dilated as a result of the initial push, the energy push. And that's a demonstration of a touchless knockout.
But we've been hearing loud booms, like explosions, specifically at night, over the past 2 months. And it's so loud and so strong that it shakes the windows in the houses and shakes the house a little bit. And it happens 3 to 4 times a week.
If you're wondering who this person is, don't, because I will be giving you the information in a bit. He's a man who started making clips about mysterious booms he'd been hearing around eastern Idaho. He didn't know what these booms were or why they were there, but when he started hearing them, he started digging deep for info on them and realized it was a phenomenon that happened more often than we thought. He also discovered that individuals who tried to talk about it or raise awareness were suddenly silenced or died mysteriously. He released a string of clips explaining and sharing his findings. In one of the clips, he mentions that a law enforcement friend was sent to him to tell him to stop talking about it. He then adds that if he stops making videos, we should know why he stopped. It looked like he would be defiant against whatever authorities were pulling the strings until his most recent clip came up. In the clip, we see him looking roughed up and a little scared and unsettled. He then says to ignore everything he said and that some scientists educated him and made him realize that the booms were nothing special. While this should have ended it all, everyone who saw it realized that there was something off about it, and he looked scared. They started to feel the government had gotten to him and threatened him, or something. Personally, I think that's what happened. Either that, or he was faking it all. But then again, I could be wrong. What do you guys think?
Now, the reason these booms seem like they're happening more frequently is because of social media, exaggerating the natural phenomenon. Another reason people actually hear more today than they did before is because society as a whole has become much quieter. 30 years ago, there were no sound restrictions on airplanes or cars, so we're hearing better today, thanks to the government.
that's the end of this episode now. You heard me say this plenty of times before, but we need you to share this with as many people as you can. Show us some love. That would be good, because we want to send this out to as many people as we possibly can. Also, if you got any videos, anything that you think might interest us, then you know where to send them to, classifiedcaptures@gmail.com. If we like them, which we most probably will, we're going to stick them on and we're going to mention you. Yeah, you. You looking at me. You. And you. And you. All of you. So send us your footage. All right, guys. Oh, Steve out. I'm going to get some sleep now. I'll see you later. Mwah.